Sup Swarm, Sketchy here, and today I'm giving my thoughts on the 8th episode of the Proud Family, Louder and Prouder, Homeschool. When it turns out that one of Penny's least favorite teachers is homeless and she gets fired for squatting on school ground, Penny tries to do what she can to get her back on her feet. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't think I like this one, and it's not from lack of trying. I'll explain why in 5 minutes or less. So one phrase you hear a lot in the cartoon reviewing community is mean-spirited. It's used so much that I feel the term's meaning has honestly become diluted. These days people will hurl that phrase anytime a character is not 100% nice all the time, or they use it when a character that is known for being mean is acting in character. I think this episode is a more accurate depiction of the term's meaning. It's attempting to comment on a real and serious situation, public school teachers that can't afford a place to live, but forgot to have an actual message or statement and instead just goes on and on about how much of a burden this homeless teacher is. Stories about temporarily living with an unbearable roommate can be funny, but it's not like Ms. Hill's house is being fumigated or anything where she's only temporarily displaced. She's homeless, primarily because her job as a teacher isn't paying her enough to afford a place to live, and that gives the situation a whole different context. There's also this really unnecessary B-plot about Zoe becoming a drum major and getting lessons from Uncle Bobby on how to be more confident, which I guess would explain where she got her moves in the movie from, if you're one of those weirdos that actually cares about that. And there's nothing inherently wrong with B-plots, but sometimes a B-plot can come off as though the writers didn't have enough material for the A-plot, so they're just padding for time. I think it comes to a head when Penny's friends set up a GoFundMe for Ms. Hill, and when Penny talks about it at the pep rally, she's actively booed and mocked. But all of a sudden, when Zoe comes in and starts dancing with all the moves Bobby taught her, that inspires all the students to donate. Somehow. So no one cares about their homeless teacher until a white girl comes in and goes viral while dancing to Bobby Brown? I mean, I guess there's a commentary you could make about that, but it's clear that's not what the show's trying to do, because once that happens, all of Ms. Hill's problems end and the episode's over. Part of what makes the issues with this episode stick out so much is because it's antithetical to the Kwanzaa episode from the original series. And here's the thing. I'm not expecting this show to solve homelessness or the problem with underpaid teachers, and I'm not saying that these aren't topics you can derive some comedy from. Again, the Kwanzaa episode is a good example of this. But when your only joke about the topic is, haha, this homeless teacher we have staying at our house is such a burden, that's not really a good look. And I really wanted to like this episode too. The jokes that aren't at the expense of Ms. Hill are genuinely funny. Despite not caring for the Zoe B plot, I thought the joke about her thinking that Britney Spears' version of My Prerogative was the original one was hilarious. Tiffany Haddish is in this episode playing Ms. Hill, and she's one of my favorite actresses right now. And there's a cute little nod to Kingdom Hearts. But I'm just not a fan of this episode's execution overall. But hey, there have been episodes in this season I was kinda mixed on, but so far, this is the only episode that I flat out dislike, and if it took until episode 8 of a 10 episode season to do that, I consider that a good thing for the show as a whole at least. Here's hoping that these last 2 episodes can end the season strong, even though episode 9 is about La Cienega. Buckle in, y'all. So that's gonna cover my thoughts on this episode. Let me know your thoughts down below, and until next time, keep it sketchy, folks. Peace. Also, brief content warning for arachnophobia around the 5-minute mark of the episode. You're welcome.